let's go to hypothetical.
Hypothetical illustrator.
Okay.
You go to new scenario, and when you click new scenario,
Okay.
you have to choose
What do you know?
between advisory and brokerage.
Okay, go next.
Yes, sir.
Okay, CFS managed / VA.
Yeah.
So we can do VAs as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go click the down button right there. No, there. Okay, now we got it. Okay, so looks like managed accounts. Go to managed accounts.
Yes, sir.
Then go search.
Okay.
Okay, go to data unconstrained.
Yes, sir.
Pretty strategy.
I'll tell you, the data unconstrained, if you're wanting to go as fast as you can go, that's the one to pick.
100 grand.
Okay, generate report.
Well, modify here.
Yeah, let's just do the report and then let's go back. They want to see if we can do a systematic withdrawal.
Well, you go here and it said, we got to do stuff before we do that.
Okay.
We've got to do
Fees.
based fee.
We already picked the fund, so it already should have a fee in it.
You would think, but no, you have to do.
Really?
You've got to, and then you have to come up here and click apply. There she glows. Now, before you generate the report, you must enter a client's name.
So you gotta go
On
report
the
options.
page, and here we are, report options, client. All right.
Okay, investment details, that's what I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's generate report.
Yes, sir.
Look at this. Look at this performance on this fund.
Mm-hmm.
25.69% return.
Annualized return over the period since December
2018.
The last 6.5 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Weird.
So
are they buying Invesco Comstock?
No, this guy handpicks about 20 or 30 different stocks.
Stocks? Okay.
Yeah, and he picks it, and the ones he's picked, are ones he believes will make money in the next 6 months to a year or so. But you can see the returns: 29, 84, 15, minus 36, 84, 33. A return of 84% in 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Twice.
36% of money ran that year.
Mm-hmm.
And he's down 2. You gotta respect he's only down 2. I want to see what's the 100,000 worth now? 479
Yep. Mm-hmm.
in 6 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad at all.
We got to meet him.
Show the top 10 stocks that he's purchasing.
Well, it won't be the same. That's the thing. Well, let's see what it says. Let's go down, scroll down
And his turnover ratio is probably
to the roof.
Oh, you know it. You know it.
Okay, so here, Microsoft #1 holding, and you can see it's 10%.
Mm-hmm.
DoorDash, Snowflake, and Bus. NVIDIA.
That's the VFAX.
Huh?
Those same companies in Visa.
Mm-hmm.
Adobe, Amazon, Uber. Uber's not in that.
Uber's not.
Eli Lilly.
67% turnover rate.
50?
67.
Yeah, that's not right.
7.75% in cash.
So talk about that fee chart.
Oh, like
Right
right
there,
there.
charges and fees.
Doesn't show any charges and fees.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, there it is. 2,000. Oh, annually.
Yeah. So you can see you spent
1,600, 4,500,
8,000.
Mm-hmm.
and he still did pretty good.
Total fees over 6.5 years, $33.
$1,000.
And fees in 6 years?
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, a
goodness.
lot of fees.
But he got $400,000, so
Yeah. So are you happy?
what is
Are
30?
you have to do the
Yeah, I
same
give
with me?
up 3,200.
I got paid 4 times more money than I normally would have. You should do end up with 4 times more money than you would have.
I give up 32,000 for a return like that.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
If you can get returns like this in a managed account that justifies the fees.
Yes.
AGF. Let's go to AGF. Growth. Let's
Okay.
look at that.
And the nice thing about these is they don't take the fee off the top as soon as you open the account, right?
Mm-mm.
You still, if I put 100 grand
You're
in,
paying
I
one.
see 100 grand.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
like,
You say 100 grand, but they're charging 1/12 of what the every
because
month.
like some of them, you do 5% or 4%, you're 100 grand, and all of
Yeah,
a sudden,
then-
hey, how come I just opened this?
Yeah.
I already lost
Yeah.
$5,000.
Right.
The market like it is now.
Okay.
Man,
We'll go.
yeah, I had just put a client $1 million in their account when the market got slammed early in the month.
AGF growth, you say?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. ADF large cap growth.
Yes. The representative of AGF is the one that me and Sam rode the top two of Pikes Peak with.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
guy.
that's him.
Yeah, he's the representative for ATF.
The start date on this one is December 31st, 2005.
Yes.
As opposed to December 31st, 2018.
Yeah.
It's previous one, so I've changed this to 2018.
Yeah.
No, let's see. I want to see what it's done over the history.
Okay,
You don't wanna do apples to apples?
Well, okay, we'll go 18 and then come back to the 5.
all right.
Wow.
16%.
Mm,
So,
average, 16% average annualized return ain't bad.
no, it's not 25.
No.
So scroll down, let's see what the value is after the same period of time.
Okay.
290.
Yep.
So, I think 300,000. Which is, I mean,
Hey, that's
I
good.
can complain about it.
It's $24,000
6.5
for fees.
years.
Yeah.
It's a lot, still $24,000 in fees.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Less fees. But,
100 grand less.
yeah,
Oh.
18%
80
for
grand
1 year, 46.9, 22, minus 15, 18.
It makes money.
Yeah.
It makes half as much.
Well, let's see what he's invested in.
Loses half as much.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's go down to how it's put together. So it's got a lot of the same stocks. Amazon,
Mhm.
Nvidia is a large holding. Boston, Alphabet, Primerica's in here.
Yay.
Ameriprise.
All right.
No, I know. I'm doing what money I made off Primerica stock.
I know.
Because it came out at 15 and now it's close to 300.
They gonna do a stock split anytime?
I was wondering about that. They should.
Because it's getting big. It's really, really big.
Yeah, and they buy. Reason why it goes up as much as it does. They buy back a lot of
They
stuff.
keep buying back their stuff.
Yeah, none of the holdings are like Uber Eats or anything like that that the other one has. So this one's going to be standard
Mm-hmm.
investments. But it is neat to see Primerica's in here.
Mm-hmm.
12 million shares. You know how on the mutual funds of choice you can do comparisons.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do a comparison between two portfolio
Yeah,
models?
I've seen new comparison between two managed account portfolios.
That's what I'm saying.
What I'd like people to do
In mutual
is
fund.
brokerage, and you can't do that.
Wonder why.
I think they just haven't worked out how to do it. It'd be great if they could. You're going to have to do your brokerage report and advisory report, both. But that's a minor inconvenience.
Yeah, but I'm glad we were able to do hypos now,
Mm-hmm.
managed accounts,
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
What I do is I get Dana Unconstrained to send me the brochure.
Mm-hmm.
I was using
You
that.
can't ask Dana to do one for you and I send it to you?
Sure, good.
Because a lot of those companies, hey, we'll do a hypothetical for you.
No, they don't have it. They don't do hypotheticals.
Dana does.
I wouldn't think they would.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't asked, but I don't think they could.
Mhm. Maybe I'm thinking of the hypotheticals for annuities.
How about RNC Genter?
Yeah.
RNC Genter, they pick stocks that pay big dividends, dividend payers.
Okay.
So they're not buying stocks; they're just growers. So the returns tend to be more constant,
Mm-hmm.
and they try to target certain kind of dividend that's taxed at a lower rate.
You got 4 choices for gender. Capital 1 to 10-year model, Capital 1 to 15-year muni, this muni like
No.
capital dividend income.
Yes, that's it.
All right.
No, that's the 15-year ladder. Yeah, 100 grand. Oh, we never did go back to 2005 on the
We did not.
AGF.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at 2018 on this. That's not. I bet you Clearbridge is good.
I wouldn't know.
Dividend income.
Capital did.
12.84.
Mm-hmm.
10%
below
annualized.
the S&P.
Huh?
Below the S&P.
Yeah.
Not,
It is a dividend payer. It's not a grower.
not a growth like the
But
other.
so it's going to have.
It's
the
safer.
The volatility is less.
Yeah. Net average annualized return 10.6,
Yeah.
Let's look at the
which ain't
fees.
bad either.
Fee is
18,
7, 10 over the time.
which is way less than
Yeah.
40.
Oh yeah, half of
So
unconstrained.
so this one's closer to being like a regular mutual fund.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's look at the pay. Go down further. I want to see what the average dividend rate. See, it's actually up this year, 4.19%. So it's got Atria Group, Cisco. Yeah, it's all it focuses on dividend payers.
PepsiCo's.
Apparently,
Must have a decent deal.
18% turnover ratio, 34 total stocks.
Where does it say the average dividend is? What that would be? Get down a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
So this is a good portfolio for clients that wants to be a little bit more conservative and pay a little taxes in a non-qualified account.
Did you want to do to the beginning of that other one?
Oh, AGF growth, a little more than 15% of my total clients. I'm making 120 grand a year off of it.
Does it come in as a separate pay on your pay?
Yeah, I get the first. I'll get paid on it. It's the last pay cycle of the month. So it would be like next Saturday, I'll get paid. Okay, what's it done?
Final market value, 888,129. Net average annualized return, 10.24.
It's really taken off over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can see it before, it was just kind of
Hanging there.
just about the same as the S&P. In the last couple of years, it's really taken off.
In the last 20 years, you paid $113,500 in fees,
Yeah.
but it's grown from 100,000 to nearly 900,000. So,
It's averaged 15% since 2005.
oh, 2008, 2018. You want 2005?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I want to see what it's worth today for the 2018.
So who's the guy that goes to colleges and talks about? Yeah, so Charlie Kirk is the guy. He's advertising this financial.
Okay. Which one is this? Is this this is 2018?
The
So-
FAX.
So the fees on this one is $3,500,
Total.
and you have $244,000.
Yep.
And what was the all of even Gentle was better than $244,000, wasn't it?
Yeah. Seems like it.
It's not as good as Unconstrained or AGF. AGF had more, right?
Yep.
So now let's go back to 2005. So this was only averaged 10.3%.
More than the profession.
I had a case in Morrow, Georgia, where this lady had no money saved. Her prescription medication bill was $1,000 a month. And I remember saying, I had nowhere to run. she didn't have any income. She didn't have enough money where she could borrow the money from her house, right? Cash flow. She couldn't get a loan. So the only thing you could do at this point is the reverse mortgage, and I hate them. But that's the only thing so for you to survive day to day, this is the only choice you have. It is something that it's like throwing a hand grenade. You don't want it unless you have to.
Well, Dave's Ramsey said pay your house off quicker you
Yeah,
can.
he did.
A lot of folks.
He does. That's the only thing I disagree with Dave Ramsey on. Is paying off the house. I mean, I'm living proof of that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I got many clients that really prove that.
I'm living proof that because I paid mine off, I got less money. So, well, I'm the opposite of you. I got some money, but if I would have.
But I have a client that lived here in Union. I lived not very far from where you're fixing to move to. They just moved to Florida a couple years ago, and they had paid off their house when they lived here in Newton. And I talked to them when they sold this house in Newton, I said, don't do that again. And they didn't. And so now they get a very nice paycheck every month to pay their mortgage, and their money's worth way more money.
Right now, let's say at 300 grand, I own 90,000 on it. So we get 200 grand cash. And she's like, but she goes, it would be nice if we put some money down on the house, then that way we'd have less payment. And I'm like, honey, and she goes, yeah. She goes, I know what you're gonna say. I know you want to put the money in and have it pay the house payment. I said, yes. Put the investment and then let that pay the mortgage payment.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong. She's like, I get it. Yeah, I get it. She thinks a little bit, but she understands it too.
Yeah.
So, because we're living it. We're living at that 200,000. We get $1,000 a month every month.
These are deeply ingrained.
Yeah.
Like the Depression era.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I've been doing this how many years, and I still have to fight it. The thought. Because what did my dad do? My dad would kill himself every time he had any kind of debt. He would kill himself, work extra jobs, do all kinds of stuff, pay off his debt. And then something happened, and he had far more money, he had to kill himself, and he did the same thing my whole life. I thought, that's insane. And I was teenager, I'm thinking, that didn't make any sense. You just walk down a road that we need to talk about. What defines the health of an economy is the bond in yield rates. Okay, the yield rates on U.S. Treasuries are at a kind of a pivotal point right now. If we don't get a handle on the interest rates on our Treasury bonds, we could have some major issues in our economy. If the bond market crashes, it won't matter. Because the stock market crashes will crash too. There'll be nowhere to go. One of the things I have had my clients in, but I have started thinking about reducing it, but now I've changed my thought, is increasing the amount of money my clients have in gold funds. I think gold will continue to run up this year. Even though it's been down the last week or so, I think it could run up a lot more. It's at 3,200 ounce right now. It was at 3,500 ounce a week or so ago. But they're still saying my gold 4,000 ounce, 4,500 ounce. It's weighing heavily on the U.S. Treasuries. So if bond yields are up, it's because people are selling their treasuries, right?
When the interest rates,
if they're buying a lot of treasuries, if people are buying a lot of treasuries, it means the price of the bond of the treasury is going up. That means that the yield will start to drop. What was happening a couple of years ago was we had what's called an inverted yield curve. Okay, typically you have 2s, 5s, 10s, and 20-year treasuries, 30-year treasuries. And generally, the shorter the term, the lower the rate, and the higher you get. Well, what we had is you had a 2-year treasury and a 10-year treasury, and the yield on the 2-year treasury was higher than the 10-year treasury.
Yeah.
That's called an inverted yield curve.
Degree 6.
That generally means that you're destined to have a recession. We had inverted yield curve then,
Yeah.
and since then it's corrected itself. Now the yield curve is now what it should be. And see, that's what the problem is with the Chinese. Their bonds. You know what their bonds are yielding right now? In the ones. China's going down the same road Japan went down in the 80s. In the 80s, Japan was buying everything, and they were going to be the next world power to America. And they were buying everything. They're buying real estate in New York City. They owned, I think at one point, what's the name? What's that biggest, tallest building in New York that everybody talks about, where the plane crashed into?
Twin Towers? Or?
No. The Empire State. At one point, the Japanese owned the Empire State Building in the 80s. They were buying real estate in California. They're buying everywhere. And it's Chinese press.
That's what China
exactly what China was doing. And here we go. China's doing the same crap, and they're going to go down the same road. Japan has been in a 30 to 40 year recession.
Oh, wow.
Ever since that happened.
I wonder if...
And China's going to go down that same road.
I wonder if China invades Taiwan.
They can't. They don't have enough money.
Well, just saying, if they did...
It would be a desperate... If they did that, that would be a desperate move.
But could we confiscate all Chinese property in the United States?
Oh, I'm sure we could. I think they're going to have another Tiananmen Square moment in China. Because you make people unhappy long enough, I don't care how powerful you are, they're going to get rid of you. When you have 30 to 40% unemployment, and mainly the people that are unemployed are young people, that's the problem. Let me tell you, the amount of time Chinese kids spend studying compared to American kids, they study and study and study and study. They are very well educated. An ETF doesn't have to have just stocks in it. It has bonds in it too.
That's true.
See, unsecured debt, to me, is known as a debenture.
I just know that everybody talks about using the Vanguard index, index funds, or ETFs.
VINX.
And they say, oh, it's ETFs because they don't charge a fee, supposedly.
Right.
They're fee-free or whatever. But
So it's investors.
And, yeah, well, I know, but You talk to some people like my sister.
Well,
I don't get a fee. Okay.
Well, let me tell you what my experience has taught me about when you come across a client that has nothing but Vanguard funds in their portfolio. Go on to the next client.
Leave them alone.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna change.
They think they know how to do it themselves.
Leave them alone.
Because I've converted some of them, but not for very long.
Go back.
They eventually think they're smarter than I am.
Well, we're back to Clark Howard.
If you come across a portfolio that's all Vanguard funds, they do that because they think they can invest for free. And they think that they can pick out they can pick out funds as well as you can. And once they believe that, there's nothing you can ever do to change that. Because I got a $1 million account in Peachtree City for a client that had all Vanguard funds when I got them, and he was a referral from another client that has many millions of dollars with me, and I only had him for a couple months or a year, and then he went back to doing this stuff again.
I do what Mike does when people ask me about the fees. I go to when you go out to eat, and we talking about 5% or less. You get 22% on a meal. And you concerned about 5 or less on your future.
Well, it's like going down that road with that day down constraint. Are you willing to pay $33,000 in fees for $400,000? You get what you pay for. And so if you want to get something for free, you get it for free. But just know you're not going to get any help. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm willing to pay people to do stuff that I can do.
There you go. Jim Penn.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, it's taken me a long time to get this point.
Told a story about calling one of those downlines one day, sitting out of the room, and his wife said, well, they can't come phone. Why? Well, he's cut the grass. He said, why? I think if we're out on an appointment right now, you know how much more money he could make than it would cost him to get some teenager to cut his grass for him? And Jim says, and the guy's got a degree in engineering. And he talks about, we've been in this house for X number of years. I have never picked up a screwdriver or a hammer, and I'm a mechanical inclined. It pays me to pay people to do this stuff so that I can have time to do stuff I make money off of.
Yeah, well, actually, I've come to the conclusion that I'll pay people to do stuff I don't want to do.
There you go.
That I actually can't do.
Sure. Well,
And I enjoy doing stuff.
Yeah, there's some stuff I don't want to do.
Right, go for it.
But I'll pay people to do stuff I don't want to do. Run AFRAX against that fund.
Okay.
Taking $1,000 a month off the boat.
The nice thing about this is it's tax free.
I know that.
So
sometimes we go to great lengths
because
not to pay taxes.
I know it is, but I get hammered with taxes.
I get that. But sometimes we pay more to get out.
I mean, I pull money out of my 401k and all that crap, and I just like.
I get it.
And nobody wants to.
No one pays. No one in this room pays as much tax as I do.
I know.
And we appreciate.
So that was my purpose behind this.
But-
I did
but-
make a little
but- Sometimes it's worth to pay the taxes. Okay, so your average rate, annualized rate of return has been 1.51%, which is all right. Okay, and so you have, so that's about right. Market value, it says your market value should be 225. Oh, okay, the month where the market went down. What month was it?
Yeah, I can't. Let's just fine. Let's just analyze this.
Okay, so you've drawn out 35,000 for it, so it's pretty close. Put 250 in, it's worth 25,000 less than what you put in it. It made money in 2023. It got slammed in 2000. Well, you paid a sales charge, but you didn't pay a sales charge.
You're the only. Well, I should. No, I didn't because I've got more.
Yeah.
Cash. I have other investments with Primerica. So.
Yeah.
So you can back out the sales charge. You know how to take out the sales charge? Oh, if I have a client that's going to invest a certain amount of money, I'll take the sales charge out.
Okay, where we're going?
So we go to
Fees.
fees, yeah.
Okay.
See right here where it says sales load standard. Click on the down here. Go to custom. So whatever the sales level would be, I'll put that number in there.
Okay.
So in this case, how much do you have?
Zero.
It should be zero. So keep it at zero.
Okay.
And go over here to the US dollars, put it in percent, change it to percent zero.
Okay.
And now generate.
All righty.
So that's how you take the sales charge off.
Cool.
Or modify the sales
Yeah.
charge. So now it's for 231,
Mm-hmm.
and you've taken out $36,000. That's pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
But you said it's only worth 213.
Yeah.
Okay, so now for ha-has,
Mm-hmm.
let's run AFRAX.
So what's the key indicators for me to keep an eye on this thing, whether to keep it or not?
Well, the key indicator is interest rates. If interest rates start going down,
Which they're starting to,
then it'll start to improve.
because the mortgage rates just went down,
Yeah.
3/4 of 0.5% or something like that.
Go 3 years. So it says reinvest, right there, click on that one.
Okay.
And then change that to yes. Yes on both.
Yes on both.
Yes on both. $1,000 on a monthly withdrawal.
Okay.
Now I got it.
Now generate report. Okay, floating rate, you'd have more money in your account than you started. So we went down,
Mm-hmm.
but then we climbed back up.
Mm-hmm.
We got down, way choppier return.
What's wrong with that?
Roller.
Because interest rates went down, interest rates went up.
Mm-hmm.
By the time interest rates went up, this thing got slammed. Now, let's go back and change it where there's no $1,000 withdrawal, but we're taking out all the dividend pays.
Okay.
But you're gonna have to pay taxes on the dividend. So take 25% of what you make. Okay, so change that to reinvest, no. Okay, that's fine. Now generate. But did you take off $1,000 withdrawal? Oh, you already had it on no?
No, I just did it.
Okay.
While you were.
Okay. So zero. Okay, now generate. Okay, so the floating rate is worth less, but yeah, but you 5,000 less month. But how much more money did you pull out? Question. So let's look at how to fill them out withdrawn or okay. So Ornex we took out 36,362. Floating rate we took out 61,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But I pay the taxes on that $61,000.
Yeah. Okay. So you paid.
Well, they don't
Let's say you paid
$35,000.
25% tax, and you still made 45,000.
Yeah.
You still made more money.
Yeah. We can add, put taxes in here.
Yeah, you can.
See what that looks like.
Yeah.
Give me something to play with.
Taxes.
Well, the future is uncertain.
Interest rates are coming down.
If interest rates do come down, then your bond fund will do better. But here's the thing, it's gonna take a while, because what's the yield on ORNAX?
Wow, what about that HCTHX fund? Did you look at it?
It's the same thing, they're basically the same fund. So they have this only has about a 4.5 or 5% yield. The yield on the floating rate is 9.9%.
But if the interest rates come down,
Down, then it'll drop to, let's say, 8.
right, 46 or what it was.
Well, yeah, but it's gonna be a while for that to happen. It's gonna be at least a year. You drew out $61,000.
And they said taxes due 15/2.
Yeah.
And when you get it to, for them to withhold taxes and pay that for you.
Yeah, I just paid
I know.
3,500 in taxes.
I know. You just did what?
8.
3,500?
Yeah. I know, it's not you, but I'm retired. I'm just living off freaking retirement money and shit.
I
It's killing me. Yeah, I'm trying to.
know. I wish I saw a $3,500 tax bill.
But rich people don't pay taxes, Eric.
I know.
Why are we paying taxes?
All the millionaires and billionaires are not paying enough taxes.
But I'm getting screwed too.
But you're a millionaire.
Yeah.
So millionaires and billionaires, we're not paying enough taxes. It's all the other people. It's all yeah. So we're not paying enough. We need to pay more. We need to ante up more.
And I'm tired of carrying that load for you guys, that middle class.
Killing me.
But you're a millionaire too, aren't you? But I on April the 15th, you know what I pay up, Sam, minimum every year?
$10,000?
Just to hold my place.
Yeah.
I don't actually pay the total until October the 15th.
Yeah.
Which is
More
another,
than $10,000 a year in taxes.
no, that's to hold my place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
You gotta
I
do
just
something.
sent it 10, just to send it 10,
Oh, okay.
just to make it not so expensive in October. Because I'm fixing to spend another 20 in October.
A year?
30 grand easy.
What you start your social
I was
security?
paying,
You're gonna have more taxes.
listen to this, before I incorporated, I was spending 45,000 a year. I was spending 45,000, now I'm paying 30 some odd thousand because I incorporated. That's why I
All
incorporated.
these news.
It's saving me
You
huge
don't,
amounts of money in taxes.
people don't pay, millionaires ain't paying taxes.
Reduce my taxes more, I depreciate this building every single year, which means it's worth less, which is not the case.
Right.
Okay, so I'm depreciating it, and it's really actually going up in value. And so when I die, states in Dallas, Reno, and Isaiah are going to be paying about $200 grand tax bill when they sell this place.
Because of the depreciation crap.
Tom, if I can't draw Social Security,
No, you can't.
they're going to nail me
Mm-hmm.
unless Trump's bill goes through. Stop paying taxes on Social Security. Wow, I'll be excited. But otherwise, and then Medicare, they base Medicare on your income as well. So I'll be paying a huge amount of money just to have Medicare.
Don't turn your social security on, but you're different. You have to pay taxes.
Unless Trump gets rid of it. And I think he's going to get rid of taxes on Social Security. So if he does that, then it'll be worth drawing because then it'll be tax free.
Yeah.
And then it'll be, and so that means next April.
Because both of you guys are taking Social Security, right? Yeah, so that'll help save a lot.
July the 4th, the tax bill is supposed to pass. The new tax bill is supposed to pass. If it passes where we don't pay taxes on Social Security, then I will file for Social Security.
Yeah, I'm taking it no matter what.